Hello all. In this video, we are going to do exploratory data analysis of the dataset global terrorism. Terrorism, as defined by Walter Lequer, is the illegitimate use of force to achieve a political objective when innocent people are targeted. We all know it's not just a political objective. There are so many motives behind these terrorist attacks. Some are religious, some are ideological, some based on money, some are based on purely on hate. So the structure of this presentation is we will know about the tool I have used for the EDA and what are the objectives of the project and some information about the data and what are the methodologies. So the exploratory data analysis is an approach or a philosophy for data analysis that can be done via a variety of techniques, mostly graphical or visual. So the EDA helps us to get the maximized insight into a data set and to extract important variables and find the correlation between the variables and to detect outliers or any anomalies present in the data. So the data analyzing tool I have used here is Tableau, which is a visual analytics software, and it is highly rated by industrial professionals for its remarkable visualization capabilities and its high performance and ease of use. They have both public and professional softwares. Public software is a free version and have limited features, but one can make complete use out of it. I'm using the public software only. So there are two objectives of this project. First objective being a security or a defensive analyst. How do we find the hot zones of terrorism? And the second objective is whether we can derive any other security issues and other insights from the data. So data regarding information regarding the data is this data has been collected between the years 1970 to 2017, and I can say this has been the most large data I have ever worked on. So this data contains around 1,81,700 rows of observations with 30 different attributes. So out of which I have found the highlighted attributes here, which are what is the incident year and where it has happened, or what is the type of the attack, and what are the weapon types they have used, and who the target is, and what are the terrorist groups have done this, and how many people were killed, what is the property of the value which has been damaged. All this data we can correlate and visualize. As we can see, there are a lot of null values and missing values here, but when compared with the size of the data, they can be ignored. Coming to the methodology I followed for the objective one to find the hot zones of terrorism, it can be discovered based on the number of attacks and the frequency, and how many people have lost their life and how many people got wounded, what is the value of properties damaged, and what is the type and what is the extent of the attack. And the methodologies for the other insights is one is being time. So the insights include what is the attack trend across the timeline and how many people lost their lives and how many lost their livelihood. And about the terrorist groups, so we can see how many terrorist groups are there and how many times each group have attacked and how many lives they have taken. Coming to the EDA part, this is the user interface of the Tableau Public software. So I have created a dashboard and a storyboard and some worksheets to explain and visualize the objectives 1 and 2. So getting into the presentation mode, this is an interactive dashboard where we can select the categories on which the data can be distinguished and sorted. They can be according to the type of the attack and how many people got lost their lives and how many people got wounded in those attacks, and then number of top countries you want to see on the basis of number of attacks that has happened all over the years. So Uh, this first visualization shows that what are the region, say continents or subcontinents have gone through the terrorist attacks. So the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia have been the most affected continents based on the count of attacks. So these three places have more than one, near to the 1 million, have faced near to 1 million attacks when compared with the rest of the world. So here, if you see the in the whole world, Iraq is the most affected country in terms of number of attacks happened, even in the in the terms of number of people got killed, and even in the terms of number of people got wounded. So, and you can filter the data according to one visualization. So if you for example, if you click on the Middle East and North Africa part, then you can see only the countries which are being displayed here are from the this region, and what are the most affected parts in here. So, and you see the South Asia, India, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Nepal, and what are the countries that belong to South Asia will be shown here. So that's how this is filtered. And if you want to see the top 10 countries, for example, what are the top 10 countries? So you see, Iraq is the top first country, and then the Pakistan, Afghanistan, India also, and Philippines, Turkey, UK, all, and then South America, Colombia, and Peru. These are the most affected regions and countries in terms of number of attacks. And this this parameter can be applied to the other map also. So in here also Iraq is the most affected place. So this is all about the dashboard. Coming to the storyboard. So looks like the whole world is a victim of terrorism. Only a very few parts of the world have the privilege of peace and tranquility. Say Canada and some obvious parts like Antarctica and the Greenland, Iceland, it seems, and even few parts of the deserted area of the Australia and the deserted area of Russia. They are the most peaceful places, we can say. But then the rest of the world is under the claws of terrorism. So Sri Lanka, even such a tiny nation of Maldives, also has its fair share of its terrorist attacks. Japan, Philippines, China. When compared to China and India, the number of attacks have been more in India. And then the Europe, Turkey, Iraq, as we know, already know, Iraq is the most affected country, and most of the coastal regions of the South and North Americas are all affected by the terrorist attacks, no matter what the effect is. So we can this map is has also been parameterized, so we can select what category we want to do. We'll select the hijacking. So these are the cities which have been affected by the hijacking, and now coming to the next dashboard. So this dashboard explains about the property damage. So we have seen Iraq has been the most affected country, but the property damage happened there is major, but the catastrophic property damage has been happened only in the United States and in Sri Lanka too. US and Peru are also been having not catastrophic, major loss of property. And yes, this map is a very interesting one because this shows what are the how many number of different terrorist groups have attacked what country more? So if you see, India is in the top. Why are we a target for more than 300 different terrorist groups? And after India, it is the United States and France, Italy. These are also have been attacked by nearly 200 different terrorist groups. So this is called a tree map. The size of each square resembles the number of times each target has been attacked, and the color, more deeper color, the more number of people got killed in such incidents. So around 1.4 million people have been killed at the terrorist activities targeted at the private citizens' property. So this bubble chart shows the success rate of each type of attack. Unfortunately, due to maybe less intelligence reports or maybe other reasons, these attacks haven't been avoided for around 85% of all the attacks that have happened. In the conclusion, we can say that the whole world have been a hotspot for the terrorist activities, especially in the Middle East and South Asia. The reasons for this can be many, but the prominent ones being the regional and ideological extremities. Proper measures have to be implemented by the intelligence groups to avoid such attacks in the future. We are already going through a terrorist attack, but this one by an unforeseen enemy, coronavirus. Coming to the other insights, this visualization here shows the trend of attacks happened from 1970 to 2017. The years 1970 and 1975 are the most peaceful years, we can say, but then the attacks took a rise. In 1977, the Bahamas airport bombing; in 1985, Air India flight bombings; 1988, Pan Am flight incident. There has been a trend of air travel related terrorist activities all over the world. In 1993, the economy sector was targeted. World Trade Center in the US, Bombay Stock Exchange Center in the India have been terrorized. Then comes the 9/11 catastrophe and then the Taj Hotel, Nariman Hotel, Mumbai attacks in the early 2000s have been a huge blow. We can also see the number of people who lost their lives and number of people injured in this chart by selecting the parameter here. So the top chart shows the total sum of the number over the years, and the bottom one shows the maximum number in each year. So, for example, if we check number of people killed in this year, 2014, so it's 44,490. It's is the total sum all over, and the maximum at one place at one incident has been 1570 people have been killed. So next, going to the property damage both year wise and the cumulative. In 1992 year is with the maximum property loss, and over the 47-year span there has been $8 billion worth property has been damaged. Moving to the terrorist groups, this bar chart shows which terrorist group has attempted more attacks, and the coloring gives us the overview of the lives taken by those groups. Taliban is the group which has attacked the world for over 7,500 times in the span of the 47 years, and ISIL has took the many lives of around 40,000 people. And next follows the Boko Haram. I know this is a very huge data set, and we can draw thousands of insights from this data and still can dive deep for more. Please comment below to give your feedback and suggestions or ideas for more interactive and insightful charts. Thank you.